Today we are here in Charleston, South Carolina, and we're going to take a tour of the USS Yorktown. It's an aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Airplanes on it. I've always heard about them in school, but I never seen one up close.
A symbol of American might right there. And she's an old one too, because even the newer ones are even bigger, like twice the size of that. Isn't that crazy? Dawn, are you ready?
I'm excited. I want to get on that ship, cruise, carrier.
It's not cruise. They don't have drinks.
Aircraft carrier.
They don't have Mai Tais. They don't have that.
Oh, you know what I mean. I want to go see the planes on the ship.
You ready?
The aircraft carrier. Yes.
Right. Guys, let's do this. We are here at Patriot's Point, and just on the other side is Charleston, and we're here at the USS Yorktown. I had some friends that did this a few years back, and ever since then they've been like, Will, you have to go and do that because it's amazing experience. You don't realize how big they are. You don't realize until you actually get on one.
How many hours do you think it'd take to walk across it?
Quite a few. So we have the USS Yorktown, which we all know, and the USS Laffey. Of course, they have a Vietnam experience and a historical aircraft. These things always scare me because it's like the point of no return or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be trapped forever. The closer you get to it, the bigger it looks. I mean, you start seeing the sheer size of it. So we're trying to find the entrance, and I think this is it. This way. Okay, yeah. Up here there are so many different like stairs going up. In 1943, that's her bell. Medal of Honor for the Air Force, Navy, and then the Army. Willie Johnson is the youngest recipient of the Medal of Honor at the age of 12, huh? So you found the periscope, huh?
Yeah. There she blows.
Mirror landing system. You're not supposed to look at yourself in it, Dawn. You're supposed to land aircraft. Yeah, so pretty much it's a floating museum. And you can walk through the center section here. And they have some aircraft and even a car, which kind of shows you how big one of these aircraft carriers are. I got to fly in a B-17 bomber not too long ago, and boy, it was an experience of a lifetime. She was called the Yankee Lady. Remember that? Bopping up and down. Those folks that fly these things, they're crazy, because I about got sick. They're not easy flying, for sure. All of this here floats. That's a lot of space to be floating around, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we were just over there earlier today, and we were looking across the bay at this. That's a crazy bird. And just think, Dawn, the top level hangs over the top of the level that we're on. We're gonna go up there pretty soon. I had a friend who worked on an aircraft carrier, and one of his jobs was the anchor, taking care of it, dropping it. And he said it was a very dangerous job. In general, you can get, well, seriously hurt. It could be an unforgiving day. And not sure. I think it's just the tie-offs here. I don't think this is the anchor, but you got to try the bathrooms. Were they good? Modern day. Well, they probably retrofitted them. Take a look at these doors, man. They're like solid steel. This is what they mean by batten down the hatches, right? You got to batten down those hatches, right? We're walking on the USS Yorktown. Wow. Yeah, she's a true World War II veteran. You know, without her, we wouldn't have our freedom. And I'm glad she's still here that we can look at her. A lot of these got, you know, disassembled and sold off as scrap. Oh boy, look at this. And here comes the fun part. Oh boy, you've seen so many movies where folks are going down these stairs. They're a lot steeper in real life. And kind of reminds you like submarines, and oh my goodness. We are in the workings of this ship. Here's some control systems. Not sure what they controlled, but they control something. Yeah. Now you notice, you smell that smell?
It stinks.
It smells, well, it smells like an Army Surplus store. You ever been into one of those old Army Surplus stores?
No, but I'm sure I can. It stinks.
It smells like that Army paint, right? You know? Oh, here's another hatch here. This thing's like a maze. Oh wow, there's even another going down even more. Be careful, these are unforgiving. Watch your head. So I'm guessing this must be the mess hall. This is where you come down and get yourself maybe some coffee and before you head back out on the deck. Probably a happy spot for a lot of folks. Oh, wow. And button down the hatches, right? So this must have been the mess hall, right? Where you used to chow down, right? And then yeah, oh yeah, right there it does say crew mess. Of course, we're gonna so this must be the this is the MAA office. So this is where the Master at Arms was located. Technically I can't say ship. Technically the ship's police. Well, I guess that says coal.
Dental spaces.
Oh, so this was the dentist. Take that back. Look at Dawn. There's actually a dental chair in here. And then this must have been the
doctor?
Those more dental. There's actually two dentists. You know? 3 dentist chairs. These teeth must have been there's an x-ray. Must have been some of the best teeth around. And that one, I guess you can almost sit in. Probably wouldn't recommend it, but, you know. Wow. And this is where they would make all the so this here was the kitchen. So you went from the dentist into the kitchen. You know, this is a real honor to be able to walk through the ship, you know. You get a sense of what it was like, you know. Kind of. What?
I don't know if they open it or not.
Oh yeah, the refrigerator. I wouldn't mess with it. So yeah. And then over here would have been the mess line. This is where, yep, you would have picked up your. No, look at all the. They're baking all the goodies.
I found the meat.
Let's go do the laundry.
These stairs are steep.
And we're going further into the belly of her. Yeah.
Oh.
It was operated 24 hours a day, so they never stopped doing laundry. Kind of like Dawn.
They have it.
So you got your dryers here, your washers over here, and they had plenty of them.
I found the laundry room.
You
I
did.
would of all things.
You know, I'm trying to make, like, so sometimes when we do these type of videos, like, you know, Air Force museums, you know, a lot of folks out there, the majority of folks out there, they don't really like them, or they don't, you know, so I'm trying to be entertaining on this one, you know. Hopefully you guys are all still watching at this point, but we're trying to be entertaining. Hopefully you're still watching, and it's hot down here.
I'm burning up.
This place, it gets hot on this ship.
Watch the bumps.
So these are all the press stations to press all the uniforms. You can see here, you know, they were pressing, and this is what they wore. What they had. Wow.
Oh.
The things that we have learned so far, that the deeper in the ship you go, the warmer it gets. Number two, they were very well dressed. They had good teeth, and it looked like they eaten healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're well taken care of on these ships. But let's get back upstairs, because it's warm down here. And you know, when these machines are all running and kicking off heat, could you imagine? This must have been a sweat box.
A sweat box.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably not fun. Yeah, their own butcher.
Butcher block.
Looks like they're serving up breakfast at the moment. And all of a sudden, I feel like I want breakfast.
Breakfast is served.
I didn't catch how many men were aboard the ship, but man, they cooked, didn't they? This is the metal shop here. Looks like they're doing some machining. Probably another hot place. Yeah, the monorail right here. This is where they would transport heavy, like, equipment, you know, around the ship. If you had an engine, you can just, you know what I mean, like, move it around the ship here. Oh wow, this one here is real tight. Watch your head on this one.
Are you supposed to put on backwards?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're supposed to. Oh wow, this is probably the tightest out of all the stairwells.
Oh my gosh. I'm coming down backwards.
Are you?
I can't do it unless I do it. Sometimes you just have to do it whatever we can. Oh. There's more stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to be down here.
Well, you are very deep into the
Yeah,
ship.
and you keep taking me down more.
And this is the engines.
Oh.
So I don't know how many engines are here, but I bet you there has to be multiple engines for sure. And you can see there's even a lower level to this. Yeah, looks like a boiler. You know that? Oh wow. And it even goes down that way, Dawn.
Dawn's done.
Dawn's done.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the inner workings. It even smells like oil and grease and Probably not a fun place to work either. You know what I'm saying?
I feel bad for whoever had to be down here.
You know, I think a lot of times you're actually below the water line at this point. You know, so the water's actually like above you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can't.
So this here has got to be one of the like boilers, or probably one of the generators here. You know what? There's nobody down here because nobody wanted to come all the way down them flights of stairs.
We need to go back up quickly.
And it's tight down here too.
Oh, how am I gonna get my butt through here? I did it.
But you know, if you want to get up and close and personal, this is the place to be. You know, on the ship.
Oh.
Is that where we came down?
No, up there.
And this must have been the control room. All the different pressures. This is where they would monitor everything. Huh. You know what? This was probably a crazy job that was probably very important, but yet nobody probably wanted to do it. Dawn wants out of here. Sounds like there's an aircraft taking off.
What does that mean? An aircraft?
Yeah, it's taking off.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is what they're having for dinner.
Yay, broccoli and corn and ham or something.
Has some potatoes, a little bit of, I think that's turkey.
Oh, pecan pie, my favorite.
Hey, Dawn, it's just like a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this here is the bakery. That's a sifter, I think.
Is that what that is?
I think that's what that is. Yeah. Yeah, they did some serious baking in here. I just want to take a moment to thank all the veterans out there. You know, just being here and seeing how they worked in the confined spaces. You know, it was a difficult job, and they did it.
I don't know how. Close, tight spaces.
But definitely thank you all so much, and the families out there who have given their loved ones to make this country as great as it is. And we can all enjoy our Starbucks lattes in peace. I know it's not a joke, but it's the truth though. I mean, we walk the streets every day in no fear because these guys, these men and women out there are protecting us from the folks that want to destroy that. So definitely. And this is what they call the bunks. This is how you slept. Would you sleep in the bunks?
You would have to, right?
Yeah, that's how you slept.
With a blanket?
Yeah. I got a lot of nifty aircraft to take a look at. And yet again, it's amazing how big this is, you know. You know, maybe from a distance it don't look that big, but once you get on board and you start, you know, walking around and you start to see the size of it, you know. Yeah, that's the innards of a space capsule. Just enough for one person.
It's a little seat.
Yeah. Feels good after being down below. It's so hot down there. And now we're up here in the breeze and it feels so good. We're trying to find the flight deck. And we keep going through all these little rooms. Oh, this is like,
Watch a movie?
well, this is like Top Gun, remember?
Yeah.
You know, we're not even a quarter of the way done, and I shot over an hour of footage. This place is crazy big. The radio. And we're on our way to the flight deck. What are you doing? Oh, this is like the radar, Dawn. This is all the radar and stuff. Now I'm seeing light, which means we're coming to the flight deck.
Ooh, we found it.
Oh wow! There's the Blue Angels, Dawn.
This is the
They're F-16, or F-18, excuse me. Yeah.
Can you imagine? This is like the runway for the planes to come landing in.
Yeah, they come flying in.
You got helicopters.
So now you can really see how big the ship is. Wow. An F-14 Tomcat. And that's amazing aircraft. And that's the famous tail hook that catches the planes when they land. I couldn't tell you what these mean, but there's a lot of ships and there's some Japanese flags up there. Might be how many ships and how many ducks and they took out. In fact, it looks like here they've taken out a couple of Japanese battleships or something. I'm guessing that's what it was. It was their, you know, kind of like their, you know, how many ships they took out and things like that.
You sunk my battleship.
Yeah, kind of like that, yeah.
What's with the ducks?
I don't know. I don't know what the ducks stand for. Yeah, so this here is the bridge. And this is the helm. This is how you drove this beast.
Oh my gosh.
That's the wheel. You're the captain now, Dawn. You are the captain.
There she blows. There's someone out there.
I know the pilot house. And this is the captain's bridge. This is where he sat, Dawn. Right here.
Holy smokes.
That's how they...
I can barely see over the dashboard.
I am the captain of this vessel.
This is your view, sir.
Yep. Did we even scratch the surface? No.
Probably not.
There is a lot there we didn't even get to see. Laffey was attacked by 22 Japanese aircraft, conventional bombers, and kamikazes. And experience what it was like for the brave men in Mount 53. You're on another World War II veteran.
Oh my goodness.
There's the dentist, right? And then they have a little shop here, the ship store. Even though this is littler than the aircraft carrier, it is still big. There's the aft crew showers. Yeah, in a lot of those movies, when you see the crew members run into the ship, this is the kind of like the scene you would see anyways. You know, these two ships combined, there's a lot of walking, a lot of stepping, a lot of stooping. Yeah, they had pizza and burgers, and of course there's an oven over there. Yeah, that's the mess hall. There's the kitchen there. Container ship.
What do you think's on there?
Could be stuff from China. It could be anything. And there's the big guns. If it wasn't for ships like this, you know, who knows what we'd all be doing right about now. You know? Well, I'm worn out just from from Yorktown, and I don't really want to climb all through the little compartments on here because this ship would have quite a few of them. It could take you a few hours also, but it's just great to see them. You have a better appreciation of what these ships were about. Of course, you know, these were probably the biggest help we had during World War II, defending our freedoms. With that being said, Dawn's like, yeah, we'll walk the deck on this one, check out a few things, and because they're, you know, technically they're the same in a way. They're gonna have a mess hall, they're gonna have, you know, sleeping quarters and everything.
Some of those stairs are tight over there. These are smaller.
Yeah, definitely. Dawn,
do be careful. I bumped my head on the bigger one.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Dawn bumped her head a few times. I come very close. You gotta be very careful, like, you know. The stairs are unforgiving here too. But yet again, it was an honor to be able to see these ships, to board them.
Oh my gosh, it's moving.
By the way, yeah, this does move. If you really want to take your time and see every nook and cranny, sit down and watch every presentation they got on both ships, could take you at least 6 hours, no less than 6 hours. We were on here for 2.5 hours, and I would say we probably seen maybe 50% of Yorktown and maybe 10% of Laffey there. So I picked up another pin for the map. It was interesting. I learned a lot, but that's going to do it for today. Here in Charleston, South Carolina, I had a great time. We will definitely be back. There's so much to do, so much to see. I think we need to make like a 5-day trip here and just indulge in the food and the culture and everything else. Guys, we love you, and we'll see you in the next video.
Everyone.
She's yawning. Yeah, I'm telling you. If you've ever done that before, like, you know, the aircraft carrier up and down, you know that it's pretty crazy. Lots of fun though. Highly recommend it.